Kevin Seeker raises a hand on Wendy Williams. It suggests up that Kevin Seeker is arranging to motive extra inconvenience in Wendy's life. This guy is stated to be moving closer to threatening sports and set up to stash Wendy's life protections and pay a portion of his developing obligations. Sources propose that he plans to hurt his ex-spouse at a time while she is occupied by way of her modern ventures and has no longer completely recuperated. But Kevin's sole center is on how he can blackmail greater cash from Wendy Williams, and he is ready to go after her life protections to gain this. Welcome back to Newslant, where we hold our eyes on the four maximum outrageous activities in a pure change and usually convey you the maximum sultry enhancements. Kevin Seeker may be formally delegated as the foremost perilous character of the year. Phrase on the road is that he does not have some other thoughts to blackmail extra coins from Wendy Williams and wishes to go after her life protections, knowing that Wendy's circumstance is still delicate and a backslide is still attainable in view that Wendy is actively operating on modern packages. Kevin accepts he can play his unsightly plot out without all people noticing. Kevin Seeker has as of now tested how frantic he's for cash. Ever since his provision from Wendy Williams was ended, he failed to think about sparing a single dime for a blustery day, and as it had been buried himself over his ears, in obligation with the dispossession coming along with his legal professionals, suggesting he halt chasing the divorce settlement tests. He recalled that because it were conceivable supply to induce speedy cash, which is Wendy Williams's existence. Coverage sources uncovered that Kevin is prepared for the combat and all at once trusts to play out his small conspire of wounding Wendy without anybody suspecting him. Surely Wendy's cash doesn't permit this man relaxation peacefully at night time. And when you consider that he misplaced ultras to induce some more bucks from his ex-wife, in any prison manner, he can pass to extraordinary measures consistent with the current Blouse courtroom report gotten by the media. Williams is currently being limited to hold a $1 million arrangement of life protections on her lifestyles to steady her husband's receipt of the net after-tax severance installments. Williams is moreover being limited to form a life safety arrangement on herself in order that in the case that she all of a unexpected kicks the bucket, and the appearance has got to return to a forestall seeker, can proceed getting paid. This hollow is not as extraordinary as Kevin desires, but it is still manner better than he had gotten for the very last year from Wendy. This life safety become made to secure Kevin's provision assessments, and seeing that he doesn't get them anymore, he believes he is entitled to that millionette because it had been demonstrates how lousy Kevin's money-related circumstance is and how direly he desires cash to pay his bills. It is incredible to assume what this man is in a position of, and the way simply he may experience around Wendy. In my conclusion, in preference to debilitating her, he ought to be asking the ruler of verbal exchange for absolution. But on account that Wendy is as properly actively working on her ventures, and doesn't indeed care approximately his presence to any extent further, it appears that Kevin is ready to require extraordinary measures to urge what he wishes. Kevin Seeker, the ex-husband of Wendy Williams, is purportedly looking for exact retribution for open mortification. All and sundry sees him as a clown, as Wendy had previous confessed in her assembly that she changed into thinking about almost isolating in the second year of their marriage. However, she remained with Kevin and indeed put up together with his treachery. When you consider that in their baby, the possibility to at lengthy closing take off from Kevin, with nothing displayed itself, because it had been severa a long time in a while, and via that time, Wendy was injured each actually and bodily by using Kevin's constant cheating, which he failed to indeed stow fair away from her. As Wendy said, I went into the conveyance room understanding in my intellect I'm arranging my separate. Kevin was a serial cheater. He cheated when she dated him. And indeed, whilst she hitched him, I do no longer realize how he rested at night, coming return to his circle of relatives' house after going by his fancy lady. But it appears like after a long time, Kevin misplaced all shame, and halted being cautious in any respect. He became basically dwelling the existence of a mooch. Whereas his spouse changed into running on TV, he was running hard misusing her millions on some other female. So when he turned into all at once served with separate papers, he had nothing in his wallet to maintain himself and the extravagant way of life he had with Wendy. Surely he possessed commerce, maybe a disappointment. And his unique woman Serena doesn't simply provide help by presenting her flapjack combo for $10 in step with package. Those absolutely concept that there might be a line of people organized to work with them. However, no one needs to back the leeches that demolished Wendy Williams's health, but no, they're not unusual pay. Isn't enough to form closes conferences, as Kevin stated in his video, attempting to snap tears from the reality that I am incapable to hold my existence and pay my payments in a selection is a remarkable crisis to me. I cannot pay my payments and aid my everyday living well. All of us know about his everyday dwelling costs architect dress, favorite eateries and sports activities cars, while being hitched to Wendy and showering inside the beans of her victory. He got utilized to residing like a ruler, so much that he couldn't allow this manner of lifestyles pass indeed. After they separated, but seemingly his declare of humble pay became not anything in comparison to Wendy's month-to-month assessments, considering he started to caution anyone almost his hardships proper after the #1 check failed to come. I figured that in the case of a few individuals, such instances work as a wake-up call. Kevin failed to indeed think about it lengthy final. Becoming a man and the dealer for his modern family, he turned into sincerely willing to keep his extravagant manner of existence with Serena, with Wendy's cash. However, when you consider that all his endeavors fizzled, and indeed the judge instructed him no, Kevin has the because it were choice cleared out, which is to demolish Wendy, and I cruel it clearly enthusiasts are infuriated via his missing behavior, and do now not get it why everybody stays impartial approximately what is going on, and lets in Kevin to run around with his threats. That's it for Cutting Edge Video. Make beyond doubt subscribe to our channel for extra recordings like this. Seeker, the ex-husband of Wendy Williams, is purportedly looking for exact retribution for open mortification. All and sundry sees him as a clown, as Wendy had previously confessed in her assembly that she changed into thinking about almost isolating in the second year of their marriage. However, she remained with Kevin and indeed put up together with his treachery. When you consider that in their baby, the possibility to at lengthy closing take off from Kevin, with nothing displayed itself